Guys, welcome back to 25 Sweetpeas. So today I have a different video. I was recently sent some Essie best-selling polishes through Preen Me, so I thought I would take those top sellers and show you them swatched so you will know what all the craze is about. So let's take a look at these. Okay, so first up we have Limo-Scene or Limo-Scene, depending on how you pronounce it. I guess it could be said either way. It is very, very sheer. As you can see, I mean, this could be used almost for like a French base, which I will have a French manicure look up on the blog today that will show you that you can use this for French. So there's one coat. As you can see, you do have to be careful with that one coat because even though it's super thin, it's still kind of streaky. So you have to be really careful when you're applying for a French manicure. Okay, next up on the next nail, we have Bear With Me, which is like a nudie pink. I say nudie pink, but it's probably got a hint more of an orangey pink in it. There is one coat that goes on pretty nicely. I still feel like I need a second coat because there's some places that aren't as full coverage, you know? Like I feel like it's settling and you can see like right in there there's a spot that's a bit too sheer for me. Now on the last nail we have Mochacino, which it's a different one. It's got a shimmer in it, and I really like the formula on this one compared to the past two that we just saw. However, the first coat is sheer, but as you can see, it's going on a lot more even, and that second coat is going to give us full coverage. So there is one coat of Mochacino. Now let's go back to Limo-Scene, which, by the way, I already do know it is like 3 coats. I'm just going to show you 2 coats in the video, and the swatch that you will see will have 3 coats, just so y'all know. But 2 coats is a lot. I mean, 3 coats is a lot to do on camera. So here is that second coat. We are still pretty streaky. And, I mean, it's better than the first coat, obviously, and right now you wouldn't want it for like a French manicure. It's very milky, and it's like a milky nude. So now we'll put on our second coat of Bear With Me, which it does cover completely in 2 coats. So we'll take a look at that now. Now, if you saw that, I don't know if you did, but it rolls down my brush really fast. So be careful when applying that you don't have it a ton on your brush. There is 2 coats. As you can see, it really wasn't the best formula to work with because it did roll down. It kind of caught me, which was strange because I don't recall it rolling down on the first coat. But in the picture you guys will see after this, there are 2 coats in that photo as well. Now, lastly, we're going to put on our second coat of Mochacino, which is probably my favorite of these three. Gosh, I cannot speak tonight, guys. And we are going to have a full coverage on just 2 coats on Mochacino. So out of these 3, my favorite is definitely Mochacino, which is on the nail right here. This one over here, well, Limo-Scene, I'm not personally a fan of it. I don't see it being one that I would grab for. I feel like you can go and find something else this color that you will get better coverage with, because I still need a 3rd coat on this one. And now to the middle one, which is Bear With Me. I feel like that one's a nice color. Like, it is nice. It's kind of, you know, that peachy nude with a hint of pink. However, for me, it's not good with my skin tone, but I could definitely see it being good with others. So All things to keep in mind. Now, let's take a look at the swatch pictures. Okay, next up we have the blue/orange category, and first up we have Butler Please, which is a bold cobalt blue. Now the other day when I was swatching for the swatch pictures and I used this, I noticed the formula kind of got goopy towards the middle. As you can see, like when I pull it off the edge, it does that and it gets kind of icky, which you can see on that corner, I think. But there's one coat. It is a bit streaky, so we will need a second coat on that one. Now, while that one dries, we are going to try out one of the only like metallic-y colors that I'm going to be showing you, and this one is called Trophy Wife. It is, actually it's not the only metallic. There will be like one more metallic-y shimmer, but this one is like more of the true definition of metallic. And I just realized I forgot to tell you what it's called. Oh, no I didn't. It's called Trophy Wife. As you can see, it is very sheer. It is really pretty, however. And I feel like it's a great fall color. I do feel like I kind of have a color like this, which I may have to get out some time and show you guys a side-by-side so we can see if it's a dupe or not. Now, that one is definitely going to need up to 2 coats, so let's put on the last polish for this little section. And I love the name of this one. I'm not a fan of the color. The name is called Sunshine State of Mind, which is, you know, Florida, my favorite. However, the color is orange, and if you are an orange person, I do think you will like this because it is a nice orange. I am just not an orange wearer. Okay, it's starting to roll down my brush, which is getting scary. Okay, there is one coat. It is a bit tad streaky. I think you guys can see. Now, you can tell the blue is dry because it has gone down to like a satin-like finish, and you can definitely see how it is still sheer in spots. So, while those other two dry, we are going to put on our second coat of Butler Please. Which I really do love this blue. That's why it's such a bummer that it gets icky towards the end of use. And as you can see there, it was starting to roll down my brush really quickly, which I'm not sure why that is, but. So it is a full coverage and 2 coats, even though it does get some weird, I think you guys can see that in the glare where it's got like weird texture-y things at the end because of the way that it pulls when you get to the end of your nail. That does cover up with top coat, but it's still kind of just for me. With that type of blue, it's a hard one to find, but I've actually seen many people come out with that type of blue this year. So I may just have to show you guys like a cobalt blue video because I'm in love with this type of polish color this year. And I think I have found like my favorite one. So stay tuned for a video featuring that. Now, as that one dries down, you can see how it's got little lines in it. Okay, anyway, back to the second one, which is Trophy Wife, which is really pretty. I feel like it makes me think of mermaids. So here's our second coat. That is pretty nice. Now, looking at this now, I think if you do super thin coats, you might need up to 3 coats. However, I feel like I did my first one thin and the second one I did kind of thick, and I have full coverage on 2 coats. Now, those 2 nails alone totally remind me of Ariel, even though this one is orange. Anywho, let's put on the second coat of Sunshine State of Mind. And then all of these will be full coverage. Okay, There you go. That is 2 coats of Sunshine State of Mind, 2 coats of Trophy Wife, and 2 coats of Butler Please. Now let's take a look at the full out swatches. Okay, now it is time for the pink/purple section of the video. First up, I'm going to show you Pink Diamond, which is the like pearly metallic-y polish that I mentioned earlier. Here we're going to go on with 1 coat. As you can see, this is very sheer, and it definitely has that pearl like finish, because as you can see, it is very brush stroke-y. So there's 1 coat. We are definitely going to need 2 coats to get full coverage, I do believe. That's how it was the other night when I was swatching it. So while that one dries, we are going to move on to the next nail and put on Big Spender. Big Spender is a polish that I am noticing this color is showing up a lot this year. It's kind of like a mauvey purpley shade. And we'll just put on 1 coat. This one has a really nice formula. As you can see, it's going on really nicely. It's not running down my brush or anything. It is still a tad sheer, so we are going to need a 2nd coat when it is dry. Next up, we have Double-Breasted Jacket, which is, I wouldn't quite call it magenta. It's got more red in it than that, but I think from that description you might be able to guess the type of brightish reddish pink that it is. So we're just gonna put on 1 coat. Now this one is running down my brush a bit. However, even though it is running, that is a really good formula. I feel like all I need is 1 coat. I will go ahead and show you 2, but as you can see, definitely when you compare these 2, this one you cannot see through like you can on this one. So, however, as it does set, I can kind of see like a few little spots in the middle of the nail that's kind of seem to be settling, which will result in needing 2 coats. Now on the last nail we have Kimono-Over, which is a dark purple eggplanty color. It reminds me a lot of Essie's No More Film, if you are familiar with that one. I don't know if they still have it. That's like one of my first Essie polishes I've had, and I don't remember if that one is still around, but I think it is. Now this one's formula is pretty good. It is running down my brush today. It was not doing that last time. Maybe it's something about the weather. But that is full coverage in 1 coat, and I am looking at that in the viewfinder and realizing that really looks like black. However, just so you guys know, and I think you can see in the swatch pictures, which will be on after this, that this is more of an eggplanty purple. It's not black. Okay, now that one is done. We don't need to put on a 2nd coat because that is really dark as it is, but we are going to put a 2nd coat on these 3. So let's get out Pink Diamond, which is here. This one in my swatches, it does take a lot of work. You have to be super careful about brush strokes. So if you are one that doesn't have time or patience for brush stroke finagling, then don't mess with this one, because as you can see, as soon as you get one part fixed, another part gets weird. So very brush strokes. However, it is full coverage in 2 coats, I would say, but personally the brush strokes really annoy me. However, I would say you could use this as a topper, but I think you're really gonna have to work really hard at getting it all to go the same direction because of the way that it is a bit thin. I think you can tell in the pictures that it kind of does tend to roll to the side, which is why I feel like it goes out with the brush strokes, but that's just me. It could be different on you. And my nails tend to be really rounded, so they're not like a smoothly flat surface, just to give you guys like some backstory on that. Now, next up is Big Spender, and this one will be full coverage in 2 coats as well. This one has a really nice formula. It is running down my brush again. As you can see, it just got a whole bunch on my fingernail. That is 2 coats, and it is full coverage, and that's a really nice color, especially going into fall. Now, lastly, we're going to go ahead and put the second coat on double-breasted jacket. I do feel like you can get away with 1 coat. I feel like even though I thought it was kind of getting some patchy spots in the middle, I feel like I don't notice that now that it's dry. So we could be done, but just for your guys' peace of mind, I will show you a second coat. Yeah, this one has a pretty nice formula. So there's 2 coats of each of these, and then this one is just 1 coat, and it is not black, it is more eggplant. So there you go. And here's your final look at all the polishes you just saw swatched. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I think it was an interesting one to make. It was an interesting mix of colors and interesting formulas, and I think it's neat to see how all of these are best-selling polishes, and yet they're not all exactly the same formula-wise. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite color was in the comments below. Also, if you have a favorite Essie polish that wasn't in this video, comment that below and maybe I'll check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Any links that you may possibly want or need will be in the description box, and I think that is it. Be sure to subscribe and like for more videos like this, and I will see you guys later. Bye!